Are you going to be my November 2021 THORnews fundraiser miracle today? I hope so. I've only got $993 left to raise. All right, let's get to the weird shit. The richest and most powerful man on paper that we know of, Elon Musk, because, he's got like a space agency, he's got like a tunneling agency, he's got a satellite agency, he's got electric vehicle agency, and like the Bitcoin shit. Anyway, the guy is powerful. And so 34 minutes ago, he was like, hey, much has made lately of unrealized gains being a means of tax avoidance. So I propose selling 10% of my Tesla stock. Do you support this? And at the moment, 55% of people are like, yeah. And he was like, I will abide by the results of this poll, whichever way it goes. Now, never before in the history of the modern age in my time have I known a single man who could absolutely move markets and cryptocurrencies with single tweets. But here you go. Here's the dude that can do it, Elon. So this is definitely going to have major ramifications. And right around the same time, Mr. Whale had announced that SEC filings have revealed that Elon Musk's brother, Kimball Musk, had just sold over $108 million worth of Tesla shares on the 5th, which was yesterday. So yeah, things are interesting. And I've almost guaranteed you that we will see crypto have a major correction, possibly a crash, coming in the middle of December, when Jupiter enters Pisces, leaving Saturn all alone in Aquarius. And so we're definitely watching for major economic perturbations in the overall economy and crypto between now and then. Because shit is weird. As above, so below. Hey, Betelgeuse, the star in Orion's shoulder, is now at 118% of its usual brightness. Can you imagine, since Betelgeuse was very dim in 2019 and 2020, parts 2021, but then it brightened up again. Can you imagine if the sun just kind of toggled its brightness switch up and down for a while? And here, we're looking at the shadow of a shipping crisis. Now, I want to say again, man, as your planetary defense commander, I don't get really wrapped up in the politics much. Technically, overall, I would say the United States of America, I would give us a D- at how we've handled the plague or the pandemic or whatever the hell you want to call it from 2020 up until now. And it's like we're going into dark winter number 2, and everybody's just been arguing and pointing fingers at each other the entire freaking time. That's going to solve anything. So it's like, who do you choose? If you're forced, Team Vampire or Team Werewolf? And then chunk a bunch of spazzing out volcanoes into the mix. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the last 7 weeks of 2021 are going to be wild and unstable at times. With, of course, some holiday season comets flying by. Oh, it was just announced that the SSU identifies FSB hackers responsible for over 5,000 cyber attacks against the Ukraine. That's interesting. And look, the sun has woken up and gotten much stronger than 99.999% of every single person predicted, other than me and Scott McIntosh. And so, yeah, things are definitely weird and strange. And when we had a festival of lights taking place in the heavens through the auroras from these solar storms on the new moon, the Diwali, I took that as a positive sign, but there's also some negative signs. You know what I'm saying? The 6.2 earthquake that happened in Indonesia and the massive major floods that are ongoing are nothing to shake a stick at. Maybe that's not the best analogy to use in this situation. Or I can dial it back all the way into the city I live in Houston, Texas, last night at Astroworld. They had a Travis Scott festival, and to start it off, a bunch of people just ramrodded the barricades and surged into the property, which I think may have caused overcapacity, or I don't know if it was the overcapacity, but later on during the concert goers surged so hard, so far, so fast, they crushed and killed 8 people at a concert in my city last night. And you know what? You got the one side over on the right who's like, we're going into a mini ice age. And then you got the other side on the left going, hey, you know what's going to solve everything? A freaking carbon tax. Because everything's just getting hot all the time. And you got me in the middle who's like, hey, man, you know, the earth is like a McDLT where the hot side is hot and the cold side's cold. And they bob around like a lava lamp. And technically, I don't think we're getting the whole story. But either way, the best way to deal with it all is to unite. Because if we don't unite, then we really can't solve any problems. And you'll just have a bunch of pandemic profiteering and possibly escalating depopulation type shit. Anyway, shivering Spain and baking Bulgaria. Yeah, things are strange. And, you know, I'm grateful to God, Jesus Christ, and Asteroid Fight Club. I can't believe I've been your planetary defense commander for 7.5 years. Or even that I've been doing THORnews for 9 years. And a lot of people are talking about, or on the 10th, Mars. Yeah, the Mars-Saturn square is going to be kind of crazy. And then you have the lunar eclipse on the 18th that'll take place over Algol, the demon star. And then there's something else after that. I forgot what it is right now. But people have a lot of reason to think that shit could get kind of super duper crazy this month. Plus all the supply chain issues where the supply chain is kind of breaking down in different regions and different areas in different ways. And look, at this point, 90% of the people agree that we are going through a plague or a pandemic. And that no matter what, we got a second winter to go through. It is my prediction and guess that the thing will be over in the spring of 2022. But so no matter what, we got like 5 more months and 1 more winter wave to really deal with. And so I believe people should be teaming up, uniting, saying, hey, let's put aside our differences, vaxxed, unvaxxed, right, left, blue, red. Come on, let's purple this shit up and just say, hey, let's grow up, be adults, handle our shit, and figure out ways to make it through the dark winter together. But no, it's being pushed to where the super divide and conquer and the extremists on both sides are just making sure that no good conversations are freaking happening, man. Yeah, things are crazy, wild, and weird. But I've told y'all that after seeing those wonderful auroras, the festival of lights in the heavens, that I'm going to do my best to stay optimistic for the rest of 2021. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just telling y'all like it is, like I usually do. Yeah, the last 6 weeks of the year are going to be wild and wacky. And Jupiter, remember Jupiter went direct through Aquarius. Remember when Jupiter and Saturn both were in Capricorn and they lined up together, perfectly together, and then went into Aquarius together at December 20th, 2021. And then Jupiter went retrograde. It went into Pisces, and then it retrograded back into Aquarius. And then it started to go direct again in Aquarius. So Jupiter was literally over this kind of the same spot relative to Earth in Aquarius for 41 days. It usually only spends about 5 or 6 days over a degree. And so that's a big deal. That 40-day period is ending in the next 10 hours. So that's interesting. Just letting you know. Saturn came out of retrograde. Saturn goes slower. But so both of them are getting up to speed. So to me, Saturn is karma and Jupiter's luck. So you got luck and karma just now starting to get up to speed. And so you're going to see some crazy shit happening. And I recommend you stay cool. You be cool. You try to think the best thoughts you can, because negative karma is going to curb stomp some people, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes people are like, hey, man, stick to weather. I'm like, hey, man, I'm your planetary defense commander. There are multiple sectors, like all of them. Anyway, you got another significant atmospheric river coming on Tuesday, and then we probably got big storms coming in the middle of November. We are on earthquake watch because you got all the major planets on the same side of the sun, and then we've had a major storms hit our geomagnetic field, and then they go down into the core, and then they create some magma, and then the magma pops up in crazy places. So, you see that? That's Uranus. And we have our third of 3 Uranus square Saturns happening on Christmas Eve. The first one was on Valentine's Day, about when you had the big giant winter storm and they turned the power grid off in Texas. Second one was like, I think in June or July, when you had the big heat wave in Canada and 1,000 people died. And so we know we have a boss fight coming around Christmas Eve on the end of the year. So this is Uranus and its moons. But like, everybody's arguing about the vaccine and everybody's arguing about politics. Hey man, there's no election for another year, and everybody's pretty much made their choices about the vaccine. So let's try to get over that hump and just make it through the next 3 or 4 months, okay? I don't know if you noticed, but like, multiple countries and corporations have been having rocket launches seemingly daily. Here you have China launches 3 remote sensing satellites. It's almost like they're building a city in space, and they just haven't told us about it yet. See, you can kind of start to feel the energy, the tension building. When will it peak out? Will it be around the 10th? Will it be around the 20th? I don't know, man. But just be prepared for it to get a bit insane. But hey, that's, I've been doing this for 9 years and technically started Asteroid Fight Club for like 8 years, and then Planetary Defense Commander the 7.5 year part. So I've done my very best to train us, to have us mentally, physically, and spiritually prepared for whatever the universe throws at us our way. And I think I've done a great job, but I'm financially hanging out by my fingernails. So if you would like to say, hey, thank you, Thor, for the 9 years, or you can make a contribution, snail mail, or PayPal, or Venmo, or Cash App, or Patron. It would be greatly appreciated, yo. But I am grateful, and I feel lucky and blessed. The Navy fired 3 leaders who were aboard the attack submarine when they broke it by running into a mountain. Tonight, I'm going to see my friend's band at their record release party, Sam Turner and the Cactus Cats. It has both types of music, country and western. And because the virus is still floating around, simple acts like that can be dangerous, man. So yeah, it's going to be a dangerous month. But I'm still standing. Also, Comet Churychenkov from Philip Romanov. Oh, I wonder if he's related to Natasha. She's cute, but she's married to Iron Fist. Colin Yost. 67P, Churimov Jeremisavyenko. And then 106P, Schuster. And then 95P, Chiron, the healer, the wounded healer. 108P, Shifario. Yeah. Good job, buddy. So yeah, there's multiple comments, I guess. Swift on security, talking about how apparently a ransomware group has apologized to the Arab royal families after leaking their data. We found that our sample data was not properly reviewed before being uploaded. They're saying, hey, sorry that we doxed y'all. And I guess she's saying that's because they know Saudi Arabia will turn them into Little Mermaid, making them wish they had legs. Hey, that's cryptic and creepy. That's more like Halloween talk. Taylor, if that is your real name. Oh, yeah. Taylor's going to be on Saturday Night Live in like a week. Heck, the last time she was on Saturday Night Live was at the end of 2017. All right. Wow. Yeah, the whole world is weird. And it's a small world after all. Yeah, volcanoes, man. Strange sounds. Lake Fayubini, once one of the largest lakes in West Africa, has now turned into a desert with sand dunes. We got earth changes happening. Well, the whole solar system's changing, really. And if Betelgeuse is at 118% of its usual brightness, that means the whole star field is changing, man. So it's like we gotta evolve. Hey, Georgia, it's raining. Just thought I'd let you know. Okie dokie. I was hoping the cool down this weekend would take effect and everybody would actually chillax and cool down. Because we got another warm up coming this week. Welcome warm up for millions in the week ahead. Not me. I like it when it's cool or cold. November 6th, much of the eastern half of the nation has been seeing temperatures well below average for the past week. But that's about to change. Ricky Gervais saying, you don't stop playing when you grow old. You grow old when you stop playing. Well, that sounds like some shit old people say. Oh, yeah, it's my birthday in December the 19th. And then you got Christmas and Thanksgiving. And remember, somebody was talking about how hackers and even criminals, everybody gets more aggressive during the holiday season. And, some people melt down during the holiday season, or just those that are get angrier, meaner. Or some people get into the holiday spirit. And that is me, man. I'm Captain Holiday Spirit. She went to space. I want to go to space. I don't want to live there, though. Look, dear, I love you. See, I have crazy days ahead, but we were made for this. We are the generation that will either deal with the problems or won't. I don't know, but like I said, THORnews, me, T, I'm an optimist, and I'm going to stay that way. But I am saying, yeah, the next few months are going to be wild and crazy. So stay cool. And the more high vibration, better attitude, and funny jokes and good songs you can sing, the better your chances will be. That's my theory. You don't have to agree with it. But yes, Lena, go ahead and put up your Christmas dazzle. Anybody out there, go ahead and put up your Christmas dazzle, Christmas lights. I fully support it. Technically, someone sent me a little Christmas tree last year, which I loved. I'd never had a Christmas tree before that. That was my own. And I've kept that thing up all year. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Man, things be so nutty. We be having a southeast nor'easter happening. Woohoo! Think of how much we've improved at dealing with or handling when we get hit by super duper major hurricanes or storms over the last 5-7 years. I miss cranky weather guy. Anyway. All right, this has been your Saturday update. Hope you have a fantastic and wonderful weekend. Signs everywhere, signs. It's a family tradition. Man, my hacker's been so upset the last week, the last couple months, the last year, last 2 years. Oh, we live in a weird world, man. I wish everybody would get in the holiday spirit. Let's get some peace on earth happening. Even if the world was going to end in like 10 days or 100 days, I would definitely want to try and enjoy those 10 or 100 days we had left. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, great. Yeah. If you get a chance tonight, check out Venus will be right by the moon. And then over in the sky will be Jupiter and Saturn that you can see with your own eyes. So that is a very cool thing. I'm going to bet a couple of these stories you heard here on THORnews that this was the first place you heard them. Because that's what I do. Okay, great. I like to be different. Well, I just like to be me. Apparently, I'm different. Okay. All right. And if you'd like to kick some of your Planetary Defense Commanders away, I could really use it. So, I don't know. I work really, really hard. I put my all in everything. Like 9 years into this shit, hoping we would unite. And I'm not giving up yet. Anyway, okay. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. But stay cool. Play defense. Make good choices. I'll talk to y'all in the near future. God bless everyone.